Great. Okay. So a simple guide to authentic conversational automation. And really what I talk about today, guys, is how do we use automation and conversation to really scale our voice, right? To drive those connections. Like Jessica was talking about earlier, is that personal touch, right? That doesn't go away. And we can do that in many different ways. And because of COVID and because of where we are today, we can still drive more meaningful outreach in the way that we approach our quote unquote our automation. So let's dive into this, right? So a lot of you probably can relate to this picture, right? As real estate agents. I'm also a former real estate agent. I still hold my license. I'm a former loan officer. So I know the pain, I feel it. I know, like, this is your day to day. It's nonstop. And at the end of the day, you're looking at this, right? You're walking through the door going, what happened today? That was a tornado. And, traditionally, we have been wearing a lot of hats in our business, but thanks to automation, thanks to this technology out there, we don't have to live our lives like this, right? So why is marketing automation critical, especially for real estate agents? First of all, number one thing is it's going to give us back time. It's going to give us back time in our life if we set it up the correct way. Most importantly, automation allows you to get your time back. But the other important piece of this is really what I'm going to dive into today with you guys is increase customer engagement. We can increase our customer engagement if we do it the right way through an authentic approach. And I want to dive into that. So when we automate our communication, we can welcome more opportunity. Sorry about that. So what can we automate, right? We obviously know a lot of us, we do lead acquisition, lead conversion, retention, nurturing our database, staying top of mind with our database and our clients and our potential clients and our sphere of influence. But here's the kicker. Is it impactful, right? Automation outreach needs to be authentic because here is the biggest thing. People do business with people, not brands. And this is what I talk about a lot, is that people work with you because they like you. So how do we empower your voice more? Not the brand behind your voice, but you. People can sniff out the fluff a mile away, especially those drip campaigns that you put in your CRMs. People can sniff that out. They realize it and they're not going to read it. And actually it's going to hurt your brand at the end of the day, right? So these like Halloween, like drip campaigns that you're probably, some of you are receiving from other companies. Maybe it's part of your plan. 6 healthy Halloween treats you will love. Listen, I got this in the mail today and it went directly in my junk folder. And 99% of people are doing the exact same thing because it's not relational. It's not conversational. It's not one-to-one. We're not relating to the customer and they're throwing it away. So again, just a really quick high level of how we can revamp the idea of bringing value through, whether it be Halloween. We could send something out, whether it be a text or an email, quick question, how are you? Are you dressing up for Halloween? If so, spooky or funny. And I'm going to give you an example of this so we can dive down deeper. But again, we'll probably get the same thing. Probably part of the drip campaign. How do we declutter your gutter this fall, right? Like, here's 10 steps to get the leaves out of your gutter. Nobody cares about that. If they want to, they could go to YouTube and figure out the answer when they needed it, right? So again, a different way to approach a subject line like that is to, again, be relational in our outreach. Do you need a handyman for any home repairs? If so, I have a great one to refer you. That's local. Let me know, right? I'm looking for a reply. I'm bringing myself, my profession, my knowledge to the table. But again, I can do this at scale. I can do this through automation. I can do this through these drip campaigns that I'm building together that are authentic, right? That are about me, that are personalized about who I am as an individual. So how do we automate authenticity? It's kind of a weird conundrum of words together, like automation and authenticity. But we can do that through making it conversational, making our outreach meaningful, making it timely, making it relevant to our people. I'm going to talk about that. So when we do those things, right, we can look at our conversational automation like this. Conversations build relationships, relationships build trust, and the natural byproduct of trust in our industry as real estate agents equals that brand value, right? Which brand value, when you have brand value, what do you have? Brand cheerleaders. They talk about you. They spread the word, right? If no brand value exists, then people don't spread the word. Seth Godin talks about that a lot, and a lot of how we talk about brand value. But the more brand cheerleaders that we have within our sphere, the more we're going to be talked about at scale, and the more recommendations we're going to have. Gary Keller talks about that a lot, top of mind value, right? How can we spread that? And again, it's the way that we approach the conversations with our sphere and our people. People are tired of the noise. They're tired of the noise. They're tired of getting dripped on. They're tired. They can sniff out the fluff, like I mentioned earlier, right? So people do business with people. I'm going to reiterate that, not brands. And focused automation means empowering your voice at scale to drive meaningful conversations and touch points in relationship to the people who can spread the word of your brand to other people, right? So let's break this down one more time. How do we automate authenticity? Let's look at conversational. What does that mean? It means it's two-way, right? Traditionally, we've been known to look at a CRM and go, I'm sending them communication, right? But again, that's not bringing value to the conversation of the end user. So conversational authenticity and conversational marketing is two-way communication. We want to drive a response back from that user, and I'm going to drive a conversation, whether it's 3 hits back or a larger conversation. I know that conversation is bringing value to this individual, but it's also spreading my brand, making it meaningful. Is it topical? Is the content that you're pushing out relevant to you? Is it relevant to them? Is it relevant to your life? And obviously, when and where they want to communicate, is it timely? And the last part, of course, is it relevant? Can they relate to the content? Can they continue the conversation with you because of the content that you're putting out? So let's talk about 9 best practices for conversational outreach. When we're looking at our content, when we're looking at some tips we can be utilizing for driving this authentic outreach. Here's 9 best practices for conversational outreach. And you can look at this whether it's in your emails, whether this is in your social media, whether this is in your text messages. The first thing is write the way that you speak, right? We all know that. That's how we relate. Number 1. Number 2 is keep sentences short. We read in fragments, right? Remember, all of us probably remember in grade school, they taught us to write 6 sentences in a paragraph and keep those paragraphs long and tight. People get lost. You look at a bunch of jumbled words together, we're going to lost and we're going to close it out. It's too much brain power to break that down. So keep sentences short. Make it skimmable. Same idea. So make it skimmable and avoid those large paragraphs. Add a human touch with real images of you and real video of you. And it's okay. It does not need to be a high production value. It can be a photo with your phone. I'm going to show you an example in a second. It could be a photo with your phone. It could be a video of you. It doesn't have to be a large production. Matter of fact, I prefer it not be a large production because, again, that is teed up. That's teed up production. People don't expect that. Number 5, we talk with emojis. Emojis have actually been defined as a language. Put it into your language. We all talk with emojis and GIFs. You guys say GIFs or GIFs? I don't know. I say GIFs. Emojis and GIFs to stand out. Number 6, this is a weird one. But lowercase subject lines. And but it increases the authenticity that you put in your open. You watch your open rates. Like A/B test this with a subject line with natural capitalization and then a lowercase subject line, and your open rate's going to increase at least by 5%. Introduce a sense of urgency, right? Like what's the purpose? I used to work in media, like traditional media back in the day, and I would write out storyboards. I was a producer, and we always ended at the end, like what was our end goal? So we start at the very end, and then we work backwards from there. So when we're looking at our copy and we're looking at the messages that we're sending out, what is our end goal? What do we want the action? What do we want the user to do, right? And then how do we want them to take that step, right? Because we want to include that immediate CTA interaction, and finally finish with a way for them to reply back to you. Get that response, right? Again, we want to make that two-way conversation. How can we get them to reply back to you? So let's look at some examples. So here's an actual email that I sent out to my database of 500 2 years ago. And again, I'm just playing on the idea that it's Halloween, right? So this is the email that I went to 500 people, and I had a 61% response rate. And you know why? It's because of the picture of me and my dog, right? So I said, hope you're well. I want to reach out because it's my favorite holiday time and love to see what my friends and clients are dressing up as for Halloween. 2 questions. Are you going spooky or funny? Are you dressing up your pet? Also, here's the list of trick or treat times for all of Columbus. I live in Columbus, Ohio. So I'm giving them value, but I'm also trying to start a conversation. And I'm also bringing authenticity into the conversation at the same time. This is my dog, Gus. He's an Irish Wolfhound. We were Wayne and Garth for Halloween. He was obviously Garth. I was Wayne. And again, because of the authenticity of this email, because of I'm just putting, again, the lighting's horrible in this picture, but it's a picture of me and my dog and just being myself. And I'm asking them questions, and I'm also giving them value, right? Here's an example of a nurture campaign that we could put together. Again, we can automate all of this, right? Whatever CRM that you're using, whatever automation systems that you're using, but making it authentic in a sense. So a nurture campaign could be, what's on your home to-do list? So I could say, hey, prospect first name. I'm sure you've got a running list of things you want to get done around the house. Maybe refresh the garden, drywall the basement, give the bathrooms a facelift. Whatever you need, just know I'm here to help you in any way that you can. Reach out to me whenever. Reply to this email and let me know what project you're currently tackling, and let me know if I can help out, right? So again, most people won't respond with something that they need, but you're telling them that you're there as a resource, right? And when that communication is relevant and timely, then you're going to win the relationship and deepen that relationship. Mm-hmm. Here's another example: customer loyalty, right? I get this question all the time. How do I bring a campaign and drive customer loyalty, right? So I like to say, go to your database and make them your influencers, right? And here's a great example of this. Subject line: will you be our next influencer, Rachel? So, hey, Rachel, I've got some fun news. Emojis, right? We're rolling out a new ambassador program, and I need you in all of your glorious social media influence, right? And then right there in the middle, I could drop a video of me talking about this new social media influencer campaign and how it's going to earn them prizes and rewards. And I would love for you, Rachel, to be part of this, right? If I am speaking directly to them and I am empowering them, I'm going to win that relationship, right? So instead of going, hey guys, we've got a customer loyalty campaign going, it's boring, don't sign up, right? Like, do something that's meaningful and that's going to drive the response back.
What types of loyalty programs would you do for like a realtor or a lender, for instance? Like, give us an example.
Yeah, great question. So, I mean, it could be, a simple referral program, right? Like, that's an easy loyalty program where they maybe they do a story on their Instagram twice a month, right? And they mention you and they highlight a home that you recently sold and they tag you in that, right? That could be a simple loyalty program. They do that twice a month, and every month they're entered to win a $100 Lowe's gift card, right? So like, I'm bringing them into the conversation. I'm putting them part of the loyalty program. And at the same time, I'm easily creating them brand ambassadors. So let's say that it's like every time they do a story of let's say they repost an Instagram story of, one of my many stories. Every time they repost that on their story, they get entered to win the gift card at the end of the month, right? So that's one example of that you can influence, which a lot of my clients have, and realtors I know do that exact process, and they have tons of ambassadors really promoting their brand across the channels.
Wow. I really, really like that. That's a great idea. And I think that it will work for realtors and lenders, because lenders are helping make dreams come true too by, getting people approved and working really hard for them. So oftentimes lenders post their wins on social media as well. So I think that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So guys, that's it. I know I had a limited window here. So, it's 5:30 my time. It's 2:30 you guys then. But if you guys want to learn more, so my company Bonzo, just real quick, it basically is an automation software. It combines email, SMS, video, voicemail, and call all in one package deal. And the biggest thing is it's very simple to use. We have again, you see some of my scripts here. We have pre-written campaigns and scripts for all different types of scenarios. You can bring your people in, automate the processes, but really do it through an authentic voice. So you guys can go to getbonzo.com to learn more about that. Follow me on Instagram, guys, at jperkinslife. But Rachel, everybody, thank you very much for having me today. Hopefully I brought some value for a little bit for you guys today, but thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Jason. That was awesome. I definitely learned a lot for sure. Tiff?
Yeah, thank you so much, Jason. Does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask Jason? Put it in the chats. But I thought that that was super helpful. I know for me as a realtor and Cindy, we've chatted so many times. We just get so busy with the day to day that really automation could be an amazing tool for someone like us to utilize, where we don't have to think about it and it's just already pre-written. I think that's the hardest part, is to think of what to say. So I think that that's such an awesome tool. So thank you so much, Jason.
Jason, I have a question. Or Tiffany, sorry.
Go ahead.
I guess about the drip campaign, what's the most effective turnaround time between each drip campaign? Would you say like once a month, every 6 weeks? What's
Can you give me an example? Like, are you dripping to
I work in lending, so I mean, we do a lot of drip campaigns and I don't see them being that effective. So I'm just, and we do more generic ones, but I'm new in the position. So I want to revive some of that. So I'm just trying to figure out, you know, what are people really looking for? What would they click? I kind of like that approach where, no, you're saying it to be more personal. So it's not just so dry and boring. So, you know, besides making it more interactive, how often do you recommend that ones are sent out where people actually click on it?
Yeah, so I mean, if it's just going to your general sphere, like your database, I would say at least once a week, right?
Once a week.
Yep, and then, you know, again, I mix that with a value add and a conversational, right? So it could be a very simple, like, hey, I'm checking in on you. You know, what's the latest update with your family, right? Because I have categories for, you know, are they kids, are they family, are they married? Like, so like, I, based on those categories, I'll do a very conversational, and then I'll give a value add, like, you know, like here's all the places that you can, or all the times for the trick or treats for the night, right? So like mixing that, like home value stats, right? Like go to your local association, pull the stats out, pull the nuggets that actually make sense and that are digestible, and put those into bullet points. Say, hey, I saw this is part of your neighborhood. Thought you might want to know this. This is really cool info. Like just, you know, very short, condensed, but you can, again, through your systems, you can automate a lot of that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then Jason, Paul, is it pronounced Paul? Is asking if you can list the 9 points you begin with.
Oh, sure. Do you want me to email that over to you, Cindy, or do you?
Yes. If you want to just share it on your screen really quick, and then whoever wants to take a picture, they can. Yeah. But afterwards, I'll connect with you and I'll get the PowerPoint from you, and then we can send it out as a follow-up as well.
Yeah. So here's the 9. Yeah, you guys can just, I'll leave it up here for a second.
And then I just wanted to add too, it's not a question, but definitely to validate, kind of like when I've asked questions recently in my subject lines, and I've gotten a ton of response. I don't know if it's this weird thing where people feel like obligated, but so in my recruiter position, I sent out an email to realtors recently saying, please respond, are you joining us? And usually, you know, when I just send like, join us, they ignore it. But when I said, are you joining us? I had like 20 agents. And even though like there was some that were like, yes, I'm actually ready right now. And then some that were like, no, thank you. But, you know, I'll keep you in mind for the future. So it definitely works. I don't know if it's just like some type of mind game, but I can confirm that doing that definitely helps.
That's awesome. That's great.
Okay. So, all right. I think that's it. Mindy did mention that was fabulous, Jason. So thank you for sharing your expertise and valuable knowledge.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So next, I'd like to just quickly give another shout out and thank you to our sponsor, Highlight HSBC. Actually, one of our board members, Jack Chow, he is with HSBC, and he's also going to be our 2021 chapter treasurer. So Jack, you want to unmute yourself?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Wow, it's a news to me. I'm going to be the next year treasurer. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. Hi, I'm Jack from HSBC Bank. And then just briefly talk about what we're able to offer. So we're a global international bank. We have full presence in the US, especially in Southern California, We have in Torrance, Irvine, Costa Mesa, Long Beach, and that's actually where I located, Long Beach. So if you ever decide to stop by, come say hi. And yeah, we do clients that international clients that do not have a U.S. Work history or U.S. credit, we're still able to lend on those clients, like vacation home, investment home. And yeah, so for a vacation home, we do up to only 30% down. And then we're able to use oversee reserves like checking, saving, investment as part of the collateral as to calculate the reserve requirement. So yeah, I will send out my email and text my phone number in the chat, and then looking forward to meet all of you.
Thanks, Jack. So let me see so next I'm going to introduce Cindy Tran again. She's going to introduce our next speaker.
Hey everyone. All right, so our next speaker is Tristan Ahumada. I've known Tristan and known about Tristan for a few years. He spoke at one of our events a few years ago, and he is amazing. If you don't already know who he is, or he's the founder of Lab Coat Agents. So that is a really large Facebook network that tons of agents are a part of. And so just a little bit about him. He has been in the real estate business since 2004, and he mainly focuses in luxury real estate. He teaches and speaks throughout the year at different events to small groups and larger groups of up to 20,000 people. He teaches how to have a higher lead conversation through long-term follow-up and building deep relationships with clients. He's been married for almost 2 decades and has 2 children, lives in Southern California, and loves to spend time with them. So thank you so much, Tristan, for joining us and for speaking today. I'm going to hand it over to you now.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I appreciate it. And Jason, that was awesome, dude. I took some great notes on that. So great job on that. Cindy, how much time do I have so I don't go over?
I think you're still good with the 15. We should be good.
About 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So I have a lot to pack into 15 minutes. So here we go. This is what I created specifically for my team. I always start from creation from my team, and then it goes outward because we test everything out to make sure that it works. Then I put it out to all the agents and Lab Coat agents, and I share it with the whole community. Now, I'm going to take you through this because it's a process I created a few years back. But first, I need to show you some stats. Now, most of you know that I consult with Facebook. So when they have anything to do with real estate, they come to me, and I run a very small group of real estate agents that talks to Facebook every other week. And one of those has a lot to do with products that they release out to the world. One of those was dynamic ads for real estate agents. And so what I'd like you to look at, if you haven't already, look at Dare Ads, because that's a way to retarget your past clients, your sphere, expired leads for your whole database, to be able to retarget them on Facebook and Instagram. And one of those that I wanted to show you is a new report that Facebook came up with June 2020. It's called the Insights Report. You can Google it. I can send it over to you. Cindy, you can send it to everybody. But if you take a look at their report here, it's recent. This is as of June 2020. This was an awesome number to take a look at. 217 million Americans are on Facebook every month. That is insanity. And 168 million of those are there every day. Look at the bottom there, 1 hour and 15 minutes are spent every day on social. That's from data that they have. Now, one other piece that I want to share with you here, it's really important because we're about to get into this, and that's the bottom here. 65% of home buyers say they're influenced by their online friends' home buying posts on social. That to me was a crazy number. because it just shows how social media is social. It's a community. People are influenced by what other people do. Same thing with cars. It's been happening forever. That's why the whole term keeping up with the Joneses is there, right? Or keeping up with whoever. The same thing on social. And so that's where I want to start. That's why I went all in on this. And obviously, I understand social media in the sense that I need to connect with people. I need to build relationships. And so this is why I built this out. I'm going to share it with you. Cindy, I'll share it. I think I'll send it over to you. I think I have the link. I'll throw it onto here. I just created this a little bit ago for the team. And there's two versions of it. One is a calendar and one is more visual written out. I'm going to show you the visual written out one first, so you can understand what it is. Let me know if you can see it, because I don't know what screen I have. It says Business Social Media Calendar. Can you see that? All right, perfect. I'm going to zoom into the top right, because I created this process specifically for me, and then it went out. Let me just move my screen over. All right. So it's an acronym that's STAY, S-T-A-Y. It's Sell, Teach, Advice, You. This is how I remember what to post, what's next on social. And it goes in a process. And I want to show you that process. I want to fast forward to where we are. This is October. I outlined 3 months for you. And where are we at? We are, what's today, the 29th?
Yes.
Right, perfect. All right, so we know we're coming up on Halloween. And so I created this at the end of September, and I had my design team create this for us. So I'll send this to you for free. And you can see here, you go back to the 24th, we're going to start with why, which is you, something about you. You're trying to connect with your audience. We want to do video if you can. You can do a static post, it can be fine. But share your favorite Halloween movie, ask the audience. So it would be something so simple. You try to do vertical, because one of the most latest stats from Snapchat when they did this whole study, and I'll share with you as well, is that vertical feels more personal with people. When they have to go horizontal, it doesn't feel as personal. So over 80% of the people, Gen Z and millennials, and Gen Z is the one that's purchasing, right? That's the one that's going up. Gen X's are the ones that's right now. They love vertical. So when I'm telling you, record this way, and this is how it would sound like on you. You're sharing your favorite Halloween movie. You'd be like, hey, everybody, it's Tristan again. I want to share it with you, my favorite Halloween movie. Now, you might think it's a super scary movie, but I kind of hate scary movies. The fact that when I watch scary movies with my wife, I feel like that person is in my house and they're going to kill me. So after I'm done, I go and lock the doors again for like the 8th time, and then I go under my covers. I just hate it. So my favorite Halloween movie is Hocus Pocus. It's easy. It's not going to scare me. And it's just something that I can rely on, and I watch with my kids. So what's your favorite Halloween? That's how it sounds, right? And you can do that as a post too. Hey, my favorite Halloween movie is this. What is yours? Next, Sell, S, on the 25th. Behind the scenes on your CRM, nobody can see what you guys are doing. Nobody understands the work that we put into this, right? So to show what it takes and how we contact people on video and say, hey guys, it's Tristan again. I wanted to show a little bit of how we work on the back end. I'm not sure that you've ever seen this, but let me take you through the back end of our systems. And this is how we're able to contact all of you and talk to you. Next, teach, T. Talk about being grateful and why and what you're grateful for. This is an opportunity to be able to teach and also inspire. A lot of people don't know what it takes to do a home inspection or to do this and that. So this one, in this case, you're going to be grateful. You sit there and say, hey, it's Tristan again. Listen, I just did a home inspection for a buyer, and I have one of the most amazing home inspectors, and I'm just grateful for him. And I just feel lucky to be able to have him. And he always says, Tristan, anytime you're doing a home inspection, these are the 3 things you need to watch out for. And they are boom, boom, and boom. So I hope you can learn from that. If you need a good home inspector, reach out to me. I've also got a great plumber and electrician. Done, right? Then advice. Share the love and highlights of a great local business. There's an amazing coffee shop where I live. It's Ragamuffin. It's called Ragamuffin, local. I know the owners. They're amazing people. And so highlighting something like that, whether it's a static post again, or it's a video where you go in there with your mask and you're like, hey, everybody, I'm out here at Ragamuffin. Look, they're still open, serving coffee. Just sit outside, and it's still a great environment, and the coffee is the most amazing coffee. Support your local businesses. They've been doing this for about 5 years, and they've grown now to a second location. So I'll see you here. You'll probably be seeing me outside, but get a cookie. And if you see me here, I'll treat you to a coffee. So I'll see you here. Things like that. And it circulates through that whole process. The point is that people don't want to get spammed with, check out my new open house, check out my new listing, check out what I sold, check out who I helped. You've got to mix it up. Right now, let me share with you the calendar too, so you can see if you're more visual on the calendar side. It's the same thing. Let me know if you can see it, because I don't know what screen I'm showing you now. Hold on. There it is. Can you see the calendar?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So you've got October here. We're about to end it out. So you've got here, you've got November. Let me shift over to November. November. All right. Well, November is here somewhere. Let me grab it. There it is. So November, I did focus more on giving thanks, being grateful, and you can see what you can alternate from you, sell, teach, advice, right? I love November. Why do you love November? Next, sell. Be the expert. Take a frequently asked question and expand on it. We have so much information. Like Jack, I just asked Cindy for your cell phone number by text because I'm going to hit you up because I need your help. But Jack, you have so much information on the lending side, dude, that people just don't know and we take for granted. Be the expert. You know what people are asking. Same thing on the real estate side. You know what people are asking. I'll give you an example. One of my agents did this. His name's Zach. He said, okay, this is cool because I just created this. And he said, I'm going to do that. You can purchase a home with less than 20%, less than 20% down because it's a myth, right? Nobody knows that. We know that. So he did that. He went live, did a video on Instagram, and he doesn't have a lot of followers, but one of the comments was, I was just talking to my husband about this, and I had no idea either because we're looking to buy. And yeah, you better believe Zach went on there and started talking to them, and now they're getting pre-approved to purchase. So we know the frequently asked questions, right? So start helping people. We're experts. Next, Tuesday, you can see there, be grateful. You can teach. I put be grateful for a few minutes. Thank those people that impact you around the world. I always like to do that. And advice, share a tip, choose a life hack about a routine. Some of us are amazing gardeners. Some of us are great at tech. Some of us are great at cooking, right? Take a little bit of time to show that part of you because people want to know you. They want to connect. They want to know that you're a real person, that you're just not doing real estate all the time. You bring them in that way. And so you can take a look at that. Now, I wanted to share with you one other one. Let's see here. This one is from, let's see here. I don't even know what screen you're on anymore because on my screen, it's all screwed up. Do you see the one that says personal, share-worthy, and relatable? Do you see that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is from Snapchat. Again, this is new. This came out in the summer. And they did a big study on this. And they said, look, these are the 3 pillars that characterize mobile as a whole. Now you can see it says Gen Zs and millennials. This is what connects with them the most, right? The 3 pillars are these: personal, share worthy. You're always looking to see how people can share this, right? And relatable. Can you relate with them? And so what I try to do with the acronym STAY is be able to do all of those things because you're connecting with them. Because we're always selling, because we're great on the STAY, we're great on the S because, we sell. But we suck at everything else on social, not in real life. So let yourself come out more and be able to do that. Personal, share-worthy. Share-worthy is great. So I jumped on TikTok 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. And the first thing I noticed was like, oh, wow, this isn't for me. I can't dance and I'm not funny. So I kind of just tried it a little bit and I didn't jump in again until COVID hit, right? Everybody's trying to jump in on something. And so I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot again. Opened it up, studied a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. It's changed. It's changed a lot. And so I went a little bit deeper and I'm like, okay, let me see if I can identify with who I want to be on TikTok. Doing a little bit of research, following different people. I'm like, I can relate with that. I can be that on TikTok. And that's something we don't do because we never take the time to do the research, right? So I follow certain people. I'm like, I feel comfortable doing that. I'm not going to dance on TikTok. Heck no. And I'm not that funny. So, I mean, there's only one thing I'm really good at, and that's technology and having to do with real estate. So I'm like, okay, which one do I want to do? I'm also a great leader. I can teach on that. So let's mix it up with leadership and tech. So I started doing that. And the tech part really took off. 2 of my videos have gone viral. One of them's about to hit 1 million views and 52,000 likes and 2,000 shares, which is insane. Off of a video, off of a piece of tech, right? It's like a gimbal that I have. And you can see it on TikTok there. It's like a ton of views. But the point is that I try to be personal. I try to create something that was share worthy. And most of all, I try to relate, right? I try to relate with people. And the way that you do that is by trying different things. Because if I was just stuck with the same thing and I'm like, hey guys, I got another listing. Hey everyone, I just helped out this amazing buyer. I'm only going to connect with a few people. Try to branch out. And this is why I say STAY. You bring out who you are by showing people what you love outside of real estate. That's what will allow you to connect with people. Here on the other side, you can see 3 and 4 Gen Zs and millennials say that when video fills the screen vertically, here's what I was telling you about. It feels so much more personal. Remember when Facebook and YouTube was like the only thing and we had to film horizontally? Remember that? Things changed so quickly. Now you have YouTube Shorts trying to copy TikTok. You have Reels that came out on Instagram, which is okay. It's not that great. I still prefer TikTok over Reels, but YouTube Shorts, that looks pretty good, 60 seconds or less. And some of you may already have it. Some of you may not. It's being released periodically through lots of people. So that's what I've got for you. I think I went just right under 15 minutes. I tried to speed through that. I've got a whole bunch of tech that I wanted to share with you, but that I think is enough. One thing here, I've got a minute. Take a look at the app BigView, BIGVU. I love BigView because it's an app that as you're recording, you can type in everything you want to say, and it's a teleprompter. You can speed up the teleprompter, you can slow it down, you can prop it up, and you can say, hey, everybody, this way you don't mess up. Hey, everybody, I'm this and this, and I'm here, and I'm awesome. And then as soon as it's done, you record it, and you use that as captioning. So try BigView. It's an amazing app. And then, let me throw in the 2 calendar outlines in the chat. I've got the links right here. Give me a second. There you go. Now you have those calendar outlines. And if you need anything else, just reach out to me. And I've got your number, Jack. I'm going to text you. That's all I got for today. Unless you want me to go.
Thank you, Tristan. I found that super helpful because I think when people are getting into social media, their main question, I got this question yesterday from someone. They were like, how often do you post? What should I post? And how do you know when to post and what to post? And so I feel like having an outline where you can kind of spread it out. I always try to not be annoying with too much content about one particular thing. So this guide and calendar definitely lays it out so that we know, okay, today is something more personal, and it's not even too personal. Like, I feel like what you kind of put out, it's like you're not giving someone too much into your personal life, but you're still connecting with them. And I know that's another thing in our world is people are like, well, I don't want to post my kids or I don't want to do this. So how do people still get to know me? And so I feel like this is a great way for them to still have conversation with people and get to know them through that. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thanks for inviting me, everybody. Appreciate it.
Can we ask you a quick question, Tristan?
Sure. Go ahead.
So when you're saying about posting like the vertical like video, like if it's just like a short clip, do you see more engagement like when it's actual post or when it's like just one of those Instagram kind of stories?
That's a really good question. I think the ones that I see, so it's different on each platform. Right now, you're still seeing some of the reels get a lot of love from Instagram, not as much as they were initially that first 2 weeks. But I suggest that you mix it up between going to your feed. The feed doesn't get as much love as stories. And when you go into stories into Instagram, because there's a billion stories a day now on Instagram. And when you go on Instagram and do stories, make sure you use the stickers. Let me see if I can share with you my Instagram so I can show you really quick. What do I got here? I'm going to see if I can connect my phone really quick. No, it doesn't let me. All right. So what it would look like is you have stickers at the very top that you can use. The voting ones, those are the ones that are in right now. And so you want to use those stickers at the top they tell you to use because they're going to push that content more. So you're going to get more views on those than you would without those stickers. Always use those stickers. I had somebody get mad at me because I use one of the stickers that says mail-in vote. They're like, oh my gosh, you're going to die. It's like, you're not going to get your vote. I'm like, I just use the sticker. I don't even know what's going on. But do that. And then make sure that you also hashtag. Hashtags aren't as amazing as it used to be. The stickers are more important. Do a lot more stories. You get a lot more engagement on stories. And then make sure that your Instagram is a business Instagram because it allows you to see the insights more. And it also allows you to have your phone number and contact info so people can press it and then call you directly from there or text you.
And then we have a question, Tristan. Justin is asking your thoughts on Twitter.
Twitter is good. I mean, I think they only have, what was it? 400 million users. And in comparison, that's not as much as what you see with Facebook or even Instagram, right? It's good if you're a public figure or if you're a company, because you notice that that's where they make their announcements, these public figures. That's where they make any type of, hey, world, check it out. You do have a lot of people on PR companies on there. You have a lot of news editors on there. So if you do want to go that route, one suggestion that I do have is, let's say you do get a luxury listing or an amazing listing, you can always reach out to an editor there, like from the Wall Street Journal, from Forbes magazine, from anyone, and say, hey, nobody reaches out to them on Twitter. You can reach out to them and say, hey, I've got this amazing listing. Can we post it up in Wall Street Journal? Or would you be interested in posting it up in the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times or the LA Times? That's how you get to those people. Other than that, Twitter, it's okay. I mean, you see, it's like very political right now, right? They were the first ones to censor. So you can see it's a very political platform, even though it doesn't have that many users in comparison to Facebook.
Tristan, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
What hashtag app do you recommend? Because I've noticed I have a business Instagram page, and through COVID, even though I've acquired a lot of followers, my likes and my comments have maybe, I don't know, decreased by like 3/4. I mean, 75% of my intake. I don't know what happened. I'm using the same hashtag, so I'm not sure if what happened.
I'll tell you two things. One, I'll give you the hashtag app. It's called Hashtag Experts. Okay. Sorry, hashtag expert, not plural. It's hashtag expert. It's a pink one with a hashtag on the front. It's a pink one. You can't miss it. And that's the one I use. I do pay for it, so it's monthly. It's not that much. It's like an app purchase. And I just type in the hashtag that I want, and it populates 30 of the ones that are trending. So I just grab those and I just post them into the comments, or you can post it into the profile. But let me address your concern. You dropped 3/4 of the people interacting with you. What I would suggest, Anastasia, if you are treating this as a business, and you should, is every day set some time to be able to engage with 50 of your followers every day. I mean, DM these followers. Don't just go into their feed and comment and like. Yeah, that's cool. Do that. You want to go in deeper? This is what I would do. You go scroll. Let me see if I can do this live right now. Give me a second. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to get to one of my screens. I have it open. I think I do. Perfect. Let me go here. Now my screen's a little funky, so let me know when you see Instagram. You see Instagram?
Yeah.
David.
Perfect. All right, so there's David Cullen. David Cullen popped up. That's so funny. I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be like,
I'm friends with David too. So I know
David's
that.
awesome. So I hearted it, and I'm gonna, I love coffee, right? And then put a happy face. And then I posted it, unless it, yeah, perfect. And then I'm gonna go to David, hover over it. I'm gonna message him, and I'm gonna be like, what are you drinking?
Oh, and you do this individually, 50 people.
Yeah, anywhere between 25 to 50 a day if
That's
you're trying this as
awesome.
a business. What happens is it gets those people to go back to your personal feed, right? Where am I? That's David. Your personal feed, and then people engage, right?
Yeah.
So that's the secret. And then obviously you have reels and everything there. That's how you do it. That's how you get more engagement. It really requires a lot of work on your part, and you have to set some time to be able to engage with it. Same with Facebook. These are people that are already your friends, right? But they're not seeing your feed because that's the way social media works, unfortunately,
Yeah.
right? Great question.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks
Yeah,
for the tips.
great question. All right, anybody else? Going once, going twice? Nope.
Not a question, but I just wanted to say that I really like the tips regarding, I forgot now what I was going to say.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. No,
The
yeah,
acronym?
the engagement, because yeah, with algorithms, it's the worst because you'll post and I will sometimes look at my friends and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I missed their last 5 posts. And I have no idea how, because they're the ones that I talk to the most still sometimes. So it's like, yeah, you have to really make a valid effort. Or something I want to recommend is some people, you can also turn on post notifications as well for certain people that you want to keep up with. So if they're maybe like a top client of yours and you want to make sure you don't miss something, you can also turn on post notifications. So every time they do post, you're informed that they did. So
great one. There's also one, if you do have people that you like to see more of their content, you can go onto Facebook, and it's a settings on Facebook on the desktop where you can choose who you want to see and favorite them. And those will pop up over everybody else.
Yeah, isn't that see first or something?
Yeah, you got it. That's it.
Yeah, see
Rachel?
first. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something that you might want to do.
It's limited. It's very limited. So people that have a vast network, it's like I'm constantly changing who I want to see first.
Yeah, mine too. Yesterday I just changed mine. I'm like, I don't know. This guy's too political.
Right.
I want to see
That's
that.
what I did.
Too much. Too much. I'm over politics. Can we just skip next week, please?
we have just a lot of great feedback as well. Everyone just thanking you. And then Eric said, solid info today. Thanks so much, Tristan. It's easy to have a plan laid out, but hard to keep following up, even if you have a great week. Your stay calendar is gold.
I love it, Eric. Thanks, bro.
All right. So Tiff, back to you. Thank you so much, Tristan. We'll make sure to follow up with you so that we can get any additional information and share it to everyone. Thank you. I know you're super busy, so we really appreciate your time and coming out to do this for us.
Anything I missed, just let me know, and then I'll send it over to you, and then you can share with everybody.
And make sure, if you guys haven't already, look up Lab Coat Agents on Facebook and join it so that you can get connected.
Thanks, everybody. Have a
Thank you,
good day.
Tristan.
Thank you.
So we're just about to wrap up our presentation for today. But before, we just want to say, thank you again to our amazing speakers, Jason and Chris and Tristan, for their awesome content. I know it's so important to use these technology tips, whether it's through automation or social media, to stay engaged with your past clients or your sphere of influence. It's really a great time right now while we're in quarantine to take advantage of technology and use it to enhance your business. So thank you again for that awesome presentation to both of our guest speakers. Before we go, we just want to do two raffles, and we'll have Michelle Nishide come on and do our raffle. Michelle?
Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Do you want to
Hi,
share your screen?
Hi. Yes, I will. Thank you guys all for joining today. I really hope this was, like Eric said, solid. I loved it. I see a couple of you guys that's been on the whole time, and I want to make sure that I get your name. If your name isn't on the Zoom, I won't know. So I'll give you like 20 seconds to just reply or have your name on there accordingly. Okay, let me share my screen. Oh. Sorry guys, I don't know why, but my thing is saying unknown. Give me 1 second. Let me just exit out, please. Can you guys see anything? Or is it just me? Sorry.
See you.
Well, hold on a quick second, please. Okay. All right, well, you're gonna have to just trust me when I say I'm really doing this randomly. So our first prize goes to Eric Nelson. Congratulations.
Yay, congratulations.
I know that Tiffany or Cindy will probably connect with you on how to get your prize.
Yeah, Eric, if you're in the chat, could you confirm your email address for us? We'll be reaching out to send you I don't think he's on the call anymore.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay.
All right, next winner.
Gotta be here to win. So let's do it again. Sorry guys, I don't know what's happening.
So it defaults to the next Eric then, right?
Yeah, right?
Dang, that's so funny.
Well, I'm sorry, unless Cindy okays that. Right now, it goes to Miss Felicia. Is she on? I see her name.
Yes.
Yes, she
Yes,
is.
I'm on, but you can give it to Realtor. I'm sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you for joining us today.
Of course. Great information. Love
We'll
it.
give it to you, and then you can use it and give it to a realtor. Oh. All right. Are we doing more, Tiff?
Yeah, we could do one more.
Okay.
Okay, one more. Here we go. And the winner is, oops, I just skipped over that. Corey Bressman.
Yeah, awesome.
I see you. Okay.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Glad to be here. Thank you all.
I hope you guys learned a lot. Corey, make sure you write in to Cindy or Tiffany your email so they can give you your prize. And other than that, back to you, Tiff.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone, for attending our tech event webinar today. Thank you again to our amazing sponsors, HSBC, Citi, American Trust Escrow, and Chase. We hope that everyone enjoyed the content and you learned something new that you can incorporate into your business. So don't forget to stay tuned for more events that our chapter will be having. We'll be having another one in a few weeks. So stay tuned to our Instagram and Facebook and follow us so you can get our event notifications. One other thing we just wanted to highlight, our sister chapter, North LA, will be holding a event just here shortly in about an hour and 20 minutes. It's regarding, if you haven't already voted, it's regarding the propositions that are coming up. So it's in partnership with Jeff Prang from the LA County Assessor's Office. So that event will be held via Zoom. We'll put the link down below. So if you want to join at 4:30 to hear more about the propositions that are coming up, then feel free to join. But other than that, I just want to say thank you again to everyone for joining us today, and we hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. That was a great meeting. Fabulous.
Thank you for putting it together, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you both.
Bye.
Thanks all,
Thank you,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank
Okay.
you.
There's another event starting, I think, at 3 for the propositions.
Is there?
Yeah,
Oh, Charles, you would probably know more. I thought it was at 4:30.
it's 3 to 4:30.
3 to 4:30? Oh, the website said 4:30.
This must be a different Prop 1519 call.
Oh, okay.
Too many of them. Just vote no on everything.
Charles.
Sorry.
Oh,
All
Charles.
right.
Hey.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry.
Hey, you guys had Justin, all the way from East Bay and Michigan
I know.
Win on your
I
call.
know, I saw that. That's so nice of them to support us.
Hey, I got some great info, so I downloaded that. What was that one? The
Right.
Oh
The
yeah, that was a
teleprompter
good one
app.
for you. The big UV, because you
That was
do a
pretty
lot
cool.
of video.
Yeah.
I'm
Charles,
ready.
the video master.
Set up.
All right, see you guys. Bye.
Great info, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Tiff, and thanks,
you.
Rachel.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys. See ya.